Hello everyone, this is Bailey O'Brien. I'm a stage 4 melanoma survivor. I'm here in Orlando, Florida at the Truth About Cancer Live with my new friend Jim here. He has an awesome story that I'm really grateful to be able to share with you guys. He was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer and he is alive and well, and he's walking around with this great sign. Where'd you put it? Oh, it's right here.
There. You can show it.
Oh, it might be backwards for you, but he's just on fire to help people, and I wanted to ask him to share his story with you to give you guys hope. And so, Jim, would you share with everyone what...
Sure. In October 2015, I went into the hospital for a fairly benign procedure, and I had some trouble finding my room. I was walking around the hospital with my little staff that you'll push around in your smock. And I was getting lost, and the nurse came over and asked my wife, "Have you noticed anything else about his mind and his thinking process?" And she said, "As you mentioned it, I think I do." So she decided, since we're in the hospital anyway, I would have a scan of my brain. And they did, and doctors came in and said, "We got some bad news for you. You've got primary central nervous system lymphoma, which is a very rare, aggressive kind of cancer." They couldn't even tell me much more about it. So it was my kids who did the research on this particular kind of cancer, and saw that it said that I may have as little as 3 months left to live. So that was in October 2015. They put me through brain surgery. They took out part of my brain. They had the cancer part. Then they sent me to chemo. I had 5 sessions of chemo, and after that I was cancer-free according to their scans. And then I went to Seattle to investigate stem cell transplants, which are a procedure which keeps cancer away from you once you've had it. Very intensive form also of chemo. While we were there, we got an email from a friend in China. We used to deal with Chinese government officials, and one of them said, "I heard you had cancer. I want you to know I had cancer too." And I saw this video you ought to see called The Truth About Cancer.com. So we thought, well, why not? So we're in Seattle waiting for this stem cell thing, and started watching it. After the first 3 sessions, we looked at each other and said, we're going home. We didn't even do the stem cell transplant, even look into it anymore. So, and ever since then, I've been doing the various things that are in this video series about the truth about cancer. Diet, various things I take, and so forth. And I get MRIs every 4 months or so. I'm still cancer-free. That's the story.
You were told you had 3 months?
I wasn't told that, but the research that we could find said I may have as little as 3 months left to live.
What was the maximum that it suggested? Around
2 years? 2 years, yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
And that was October 2015?
Yeah, almost 2 years now.
So 2 years.
We're coming up on this big landmark, so.
And when was your last scan?
Maybe 2 months ago, or last scan. Maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, so I'm due for one. When's my next one? Next February? I think it's February. January, February, something like that, yeah.
And how do you feel, Jim?
I feel fantastic, and frankly, I always did. I didn't even, when I had the brain cancer, I didn't feel bad. I swim a mile every other day. I work out, but I feel good.
And so what are some of the lifestyle modifications that you've made?
Well, the biggest one's diet. When you go into a high alkaline diet, you can imagine what it is. Lots of leafy green, those kinds of things. Very little things. No bread, no pastas, things like that. So changing how you eat and what you eat is a big factor. There are things in the Truth About Cancer video that have you do, for example, if you bounce a little trampoline 15 minutes a day, that helps cleanse your lymph system, which is a key thing. What else am I doing? We make a certain kind of a tea, SEAC tea. I drink that. I eat flaxseed oil mixed with cottage cheese every morning for my breakfast. Called the Budwig diet.
Dr. Mercola just talked about flax oil, and he's not a big supporter of it, but there are a lot of people who are. I think you need to just do your own research and see what you feel is going to be best for you.
Well, that's true. That particular procedure is called the Budwig diet.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy here from the Budwig Center in Spain,
right.
A doctor who's helping cancer patients.
Did you hear her story, Mrs. Budwig's story?
A while ago, yeah. But she said she cured about 90% of her
Over
patients,
90%
right?
cure rate. Yeah, they sent her the incurable cases of cancer to her center, and she had over 90% cure rate with this diet.
Just like one of the speakers was talking about a woman, who got trained through the So we were just talking about.
We were in Seattle learning about stem cell transplants, and I was about to tell you that we hadn't gone in yet. We'd seen this video series, truthaboutcancer.com, and thought, we're going to go home, we're not going to do the stem cell transplants. But we had an appointment with the head brain guy in the country on this kind of cancer in Seattle. And we told him, we think, appreciate your procedures here, but we're going to go home. And he said, this is amazing. He said, you know what? Frankly, I'd go home too. He said, we don't even know enough if we're doing any good with stem cell transplants at all. Go home. So that's what he told us. So we did, and began living this completely different lifestyle.
So surgery and lifestyle change.
Surgery, chemo, and lifestyle change. Yeah. Well, a man came to my hospital room after I had the benign tumor removed. He had a healing ministry. He came up to my bed and said, Lord Jesus, please heal Jim of cancer. I believe that's what really has happened here. God himself healed me. That's why I'm here.
Amen. He gives us the tools that we need.
Amen. Amen.
And he does the work.
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
Thank you so much, Jim.
My pleasure.
Such a
God bless you too.
You too.
Wonderful. So
right.
much, Bailey. Thank you.
Enjoy, guys.